Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting us to chat at 24 Hours of Chaos. It looks like an amazing event, so we're really pleased to be part of it. Um, I'm Stu Bayley. I'm a director at Realtime UK.
And I'm Nicolas Seck, animation director at Realtime UK.
Yeah. So we're going to be chatting you through one of our projects that we've recently worked on, and that is Subnautica Below Zero. It was actually Nico's first project in the studio, if I remember.
Indeed.
And it was our first collaboration, and it was a really, really fun project to work on, and it's received. We've won a few awards, and we've received a lot of positive feedback for it. So we thought it'd be a nice project to chat through and what we do. So there's three different sides to the studio. We've got the game side of the studio, which which has been the backbone probably of the studio from the beginning. We've been going for 25 years now, and that this is kind of the first part that was actually forged within the studio. So we work with some of the biggest clients from around the world: Microsoft, Codemasters, Frontier, Tencent, amongst many others. We do lots of different styles of games trailer, from stylized to realistic, in engine now, as well as pre-rendered. Ironically, with our name being real time, we've only just started doing real time in the past few years. But apart from that, we've got TV and broadcast, which has started to go from strength to strength. We got into that maybe 2-3 years ago now, and it's just doing great guns. The show that you can see the clip from there is a Discovery of Witches, which we started working on as principal vendor. Done some amazing animation effects work for that particular project, amongst others as well. And the other side of the final side of the studio is the automotive side of the studio. So the guys, they're super talented, creating some beautiful high-end photorealistic automotive imagery. And at the moment, they're moving more into actual commercials and adverts for clients as well. So again, another side of the studio that's going from strength to strength. So it keeps us on our toes. Lots of different styles of work, lots of different genres of work in the studio. Okay, so what we're going to do now is going to play the trailer for you guys. We hope you like it. So enjoy.
Once I was falling asleep. I'm not scared. My dreams are all I ever needed. She told me what I'd see. Nothing's gonna get my way. Nothing's gonna get my way. Nothing's gonna get my way.
Oh, well, we're back again, Nico.
Yeah.
Back. Oh, yeah. Hope you enjoyed that, guys. Yeah. So that was Subnautica, Below Zero. So yeah. So we hope it was a humorous trailer, and and the character was endearing as someone that you could relate to. That's kind of what we're aiming for with it. So the guy that featured in that trailer and that you can see in this screenshot is Fred. Fred's kind of a mysterious character, isn't he, Nico? In the game, he's not actually someone that you meet.
Yeah, absolutely. He's the mysterious guy that everybody's talking about but have never seen.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of someone. I can't quite put my finger on it. Who do you think it is? An actor or character? Yeah, I can't think. Anyway, I'm sure we'll come back to that later on. But so the idea with Fred is an engineer. He's kind of like an every guy or every person that's just trying to get through the daily grind. And we thought that was kind of really relatable in terms of a character. We're all just trying to get through life, basically, aren't we? So, the fact that he's just trying to get through his work day, and all of these obstacles have been thrown in his path was such a cool idea and concept for a trailer, we thought, and something that a lot of people have kind of related to, I think. One of the things that we kind of wanted to brush on, which is kind of we felt was one of the more difficult things to achieve in the trailer, is the sense of comedy. It's quite a scary proposition when you've got a trailer that needs to be humorous. Action, adventure, all of these things, they're kind of, they're difficult in their own right, but comedy it's such a daunting task, isn't it, to try and get something that's hopefully going to make people laugh or make people smile. One of the theories that we kind of that were employed in this is the superiority theory. So it's the idea that, when the joke is happening to somebody, or when something bad is happening to somebody else, as humans, we tend to find that funny. So if Nico, you're coming back from the bar and you've got a tray full of drinks and you slip and you kind of, you fall flat on your butt and they fall all over you. It's funny, It's
not.
It didn't happen to me, It's kind of there's a safety in the fact that it's somebody else, it's not me, and it's just a naturally funny thing, and especially it's these things when you're watching YouTube and you can just spend hours watching these videos of people, epic fail videos, basically, and there's something built into the human condition that finds that thing funny. So again, that was one of the techniques that we used in that particular instance for where Fred comes a cropper. The next thing, which is kind of something that you can use in terms of the narrative storytelling, is the relief theory. So whenever you do try and build tension, having a joke and having something that's humorous instantly relieves that tension. It's like a pressure cooker, or the fact of the blowfish. I can't remember the exact name of the creature now in the show. Crash fish, yeah, that's it. Exploding, and you can see that he's distraught. His eyes twitching. He's on the verge of a breakdown, and he slams the locker shut, and you've just got to keep calm. So it kind of immediately diffuses that, that tension in the situation, and just using these techniques throughout the trailer were just these little cues that were employed just to create that little bit of a more pleasurable experience to watch.
I like as well the fact that there were some different type of humors, like more toward the end, it's when he's falling in this hole after being chased by those big monsters.
Yeah.
There's a form of relief, like, oh yeah, he's safe, but no, bang, 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 hitting the ground. And you feel, oh, poor guy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you laugh as well of the fall.
Exactly. And that's the thing they were talking about at the beginning. It's that you've got that distance because it isn't happening to you, it's happening to somebody else. And I think the key thing what I forgot to kind of mention before is that these things are only funny if the person doesn't really hurt themselves. Yeah. Obviously you're a bit of a sadist if you still laugh at someone's arms kind of bent backwards and they really, really hurt themselves. The idea behind this comedy is that you see something that looks brutal and kind of misfortunate, but at the same time the person gets up at the end of it and they're actually, oh, I'm fine, it's okay, I'm fine. That's the humor. So we start small at the beginning with just a small kind of hot liquid falling in Fred's lap. Then we build slightly to the the sea monkey kind of stealing his welder. Then we build it even further to the snow stalkers chasing him and ready to bite his head off. And then we take it up another level as he kind of brutally falls down, cascades down this embankment to the base of this huge cave. So I think that was, from my point of view anyway, that was the real key to to the trailer's success is that escalation of that conflict. So and that's the key to kind of keeping the viewer engaged as well in the trailer. What's going to happen next. We kind of covered this already, but seeing that character overcome these obstacles endears the audience to that character, which is definitely one of the techniques that we wanted to employ. And one of the things that we wanted to do right from the beginning, Nico, was we didn't want him to react too much. And we found that in some of the early tests that we did and some of the earlier animation and ideas that were throwing around, he maybe reacted too much. So when he spilled the tea on himself, his facial expressions were big.
Yeah.
Before he slammed the door, after
it was quite violent.
Yeah, and we found that, and a lot of this came from the client's feedback as well. So it's working with the client and kind of understanding what they want. Was that the more we reduced his reactions, the funnier it got, because we weren't playing for laughs at that point. The funny things were just happening, and we weren't trying to make them funny. They were comedic just in the timing and the subtlety of it, rather than trying to over exaggerate the character's performance.
Exactly. There's always a fine balance to find to get the right tone.
So moving through a little bit more detail in the background, I suppose, kind of the ins and outs of exactly how we made the trailer.
Yeah. So that was 3ds Max projects. It was supposed to be our last 3ds Max project in animation. It turned out that we did more, but and the 33 shots, that's a decent amount of shots for a trailer of 2 minutes. Yeah. It gives a good pace, a good flow of variations of scenes. Yeah. So the animation team was like 5 animators, but globally it was a core of 4 people, because they didn't come all at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we had this storyboard that was made as an animatic, and we did a first pass of a previs to establish the global tone of the show. Yeah. So as I was saying, we are talking about the animatic. At that moment, we could think about specific ingredients we could add to the different performances to give the flavor, to give the tone of each sequences. And it was as well a good moment to establish the flow of the shots. So since it's a trailer for a video game, we had as well to respect the tone of the game. So first thing was to observe what was done for the game, for the different creatures, and from there trying to enhance, because it is a trailer, so you want to sell more. So we added lots of extra details, but still respecting the general performance of those creatures. So it wouldn't look too different for the gamers when they would see the trailer. So after it's classical process, searching for references, particularly to give realism and believability to the different creatures. They are fictional creatures, so we had a bit of course of flexibility on that. But when you refer to real creatures for specific details, whether it's for speed, for type of motion, for instance, the squid shark, obviously we looked at lots of shark references, and you get different type of sharks. This is a big one, but it was interesting to add this sudden type of motion to give a nice contrast. It adds up to make this creature believable, even though it doesn't exist.
I mean, I know we did do a mocap shoot for this. It was just it wasn't a huge shoot, just myself and you. Me making you jump around like a nutter in a mocap suit, but it served its purpose. I know we knew it was going to be mainly a hand animated project, but it served its purpose, didn't it? You know, for timings, how long does it take a person to perform this particular task? You know, climbing out of the submarine, maybe, or just walking up a hill, or you know, just giving general. It allowed us at the beginning just to block things out really quickly. A lot of that got hand animated over and totally, you know, kind of thrown to the side. But you know, even on a stylized project like this, there you know, there's a use for mocap, isn't there?
Yeah. It gives it's an extra reference basically. You can get lots of little details that would be very difficult to imagine just by doing a hand animation. So you can observe those little details. You decide if you want to integrate them or not in your performance, but at least that gives a good visual reference for especially a human doing crazy stuff like Fred was doing.
Yeah. You were very tired after that long day of throwing yourself all over the place, weren't you? You were bruised and tired. Rigging.
So rigging. It was a big challenge because we had only 2 riggers, and one guy did all the creatures, which was quite a huge task considering the amount of time the guy had. And so both of them were very talented, and we had the luck to get this great rigger for Fred, doing a very detailed facial rig, which allowed us to go in lots of subtle motions.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, one of my favorite things. I mean, you see it in a lot of amazing trailers, so it's not anything that just we're doing. You know, all the best studios do it, but you know, just the subtle cloth simulation, or when he has been blown up, there's a little bit of hair that just moves slightly because his head is slightly shaking. So you do get a little bit of simulation on the front of his hair that just moves, and all of these tiny little details, and even just the steam coming up from his mug as he's taking a sip, and as he breathes, you see his breath interact with that steam. All of those things for me are, you know, those visceral things that you can relate to, those little details that you don't actually notice, but are all thought about and have to go in. And I think they just all add up, don't they, to make you make you kind of feel what that character's feeling. So we got just a couple of shots here, haven't we? Some of the detailed feedback that we're giving throughout the project.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of detailed images for the riggers to have a base of work. So explaining everything we are expecting to be able to do, and to be as clear as possible, so they can convey what we need for animating those beautiful creatures.
Wait, who's that guy? I recognize him.
Who's that chappy?
I recognize that guy. He looks like someone. Yeah. We could have used him as reference for Fred.
That's a good idea. Next time.
Where did you find that reference? I could have used that. But yeah, this is kind of your point of finding real world influences, isn't it? Even if it's a stylized world.
Yeah. It's to feel connected as well.
Yeah.
To feel
connected to this tash.
Yeah.
Tash at all times.
Well, they certainly are part of the same family.
Yeah.
Must be an old cousin.
Must be a relative. Yeah, definitely. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that kind of covers the project. It was an awesome one to work on, wasn't it? You know, we had such fun, and to be honest with you, we've had such a good reaction from A, the fans, and B, just general public,
and the clients as well.
The client, yeah,
which is the main thing.
Yeah, it's done really, really well for the client, which is what we always want. Is the main thing that we always want from trailers that we produce, and we've been lucky enough to win a few awards off the back of it. Which is just like a cherry on top, really. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed us rambling on about this particular trailer. And yeah, it's such a cool event to be a part of 24 Hours of Chaos. So thank you for having us.
Thank you very much.
See you later, guys.
Cheers.